Hi everyone. So today I'm going to continue my vlog on why I came to Canada. So I have Jed with me, but I interviewed him last time, and thank you again for appearing on my vlog. So today I'm going to be interviewing my friend, my very good friend. He's not in Canada this time, so I did this video before he left. So he's in South Africa, he's a lawyer, and so he's going to be talking about certain things as well. So I'll just leave it till when you see the video, but I'll still be really dwelling on why I came to Canada, and then there would be another part of this thing I'm talking about, and I think I'll probably make it into a documentary where I can actually put in other people. So stay tuned, and I will show you some part of my time with my friend here when he visited. And we went to a restaurant and all of that. I hope you like it, because yes, I promised to give you content on my stay here in Montreal, what Montreal looks like. Montreal is a really nice place, really. What do you think?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so stay tuned. See you soon. Wow, today we're going out to see a movie. My son's taking me to go see a movie today. Isn't that nice?
The new Transformers movie, Rise of the Beasts.
I'm so lucky. Thank God. So I'll give you that vlog next time, but for this time, let's as in after this whole series perhaps, or after today's vlog, then the next vlog I don't know, however it comes, but it'll come when it comes. Bye. So what's your experience been so far? What's it been like so far?
It's a nice place. It's a system that is organized much better than what we have in Africa. That one is cheaper.
All right, so you were just recounting your experience, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So I tried reaching you throughout, but for some reason you were not just wanting to speak. So you wanted to speak with Jed, and I'm like, all right, now I'm freaking out because I know you're gonna have a tough time getting here.
Honestly.
Yeah. Because not that he wouldn't have directed you if he wasn't also thinking of other things, like doing something else. He was in that period where he was doing something else. So, yeah. You remember now the challenges I had with Jed, learning challenges and all that. I try not to speak about it because God has been very faithful. He's come this far. I just remember
He's not a responsible person.
He's such a responsible guy, so that makes up for everything. He has a very good heart as well. So, man, I'm so grateful though. You were there now when he started high school. You were there when he started high school, and you saw all the struggles. It was killing. If I try to explain this to people, they wouldn't understand, right? And just to understand my fears, leaving him alone at 17 to come here. In fact, the immigration lady, when I was coming in, when I mentioned that he was autistic, he was like, why did you allow him come here? Like he wanted to come on his own. And our faith in our Lord Jesus Christ has really helped, because I don't even know what it would have been like if it was different. Do you get? We would have had to deal with it in a very different way. So do you want to get the weekend pass, or you'll be using an Uber to? When you'll be picking the bus might even be a walking distance from your. So let's see if that card will work. If it works, it will click you out. the paper the guy gave you. Otherwise, we'll have to buy another card here. Yeah. So my old friend, is visiting, and my son, in fact, he watched me raise my son right from when he was 9. Right? He was 9 at that time. He's now 20. We've known each other for that long.
That's true.
He got into Oh my goodness. Anyway, he wants to check this if this will work. Sorry, bonjour. We want to see if this will work. We're not sure if it will work. It will go. It will go. All right. Go. Okay. All right. Oh my goodness! Look at what I'm using. My bank card. Oh, this thing is very interesting. How? Look at that. And then you got to swing your way through.
Yes, fast.
We'll have to wait for the next one.
How organized the country is.
So you see, I raised a son who I was told was autistic, and I believe God for everything, because at that time I was told this, he wasn't even talking. He was not verbal yet, but he could say things like, he wasn't even saying mommy, to be honest. He would say dada, and what else would he say? Abba. So that encouraged me, like, oh, he's always calling God Abba. And yeah, so after some time I went back to the US and stayed for a while. When I stayed there, I started focusing on just praying and speaking positively. You're going to speak in the name of Jesus and things like that, and then I started reading to him. My son, my friend is thinking, your camera is really nice, eh? I'm going to put other people in the background. There's only 2 of us there. Okay. All right. So he just finished taking some pictures. Okay. And then I noticed something. Whenever I read to him his books, he could read his books, but like he got so used to the books, and he enjoyed the books so much that he would read those books, but he wasn't speaking. Like he wouldn't communicate. Like he wouldn't respond when I speak to him. You understand what I'm trying to say? So I kept trusting God. I kept going. But I learned he was also very organized. I was very strict because he could be very throw terrible tantrums. He used to throw very terrible tantrums. So I started buying. I would how we pray against buying certain things and all of that. We do that and teach him to be very proper, to sit, to listen, to obey authority. And he had to see me as the one he needs to listen to. And he knew that he needed to listen. And that helped because we're alone. So coming back to Nigeria and having to put him in school, that was hard because he wouldn't listen, he wouldn't stay in class, he would just go after the toys, and no matter what you tell him, he will listen. So there, one child was still had a second and then he had some hearing problems. So we went to start seeking to check for hearing problems. He didn't have any hearing problems. He booked us to go see nose and throat doctor specialist. That was the problem. His hearing was perfectly fine. So she encouraged me that she also has a child who was autistic and that he responded after 4 years that he would be fine from how she evaluated him. So she was very supportive, and maybe she's watching this. Kudos to you. She is the proprietor of Temple Preparatory School in Lagos. You know Temple Preparatory School in Lagos. Oh, this is Shirley Okaridia. That's her name. You were an amazing woman. She gave me so much support. She knew it was really hard. God bless you. And interestingly, Jed actually did meet all those milestones. He finally got into university in Canada, and I'm in Canada right now. And that's I'm speaking to a very good friend too. And so, okay. So anyway, Jed became very proper, very serious about doing things in a very proper manner. So schooling for him in Nigeria was pretty hard when he saw that people cheated, all of that. So it's something that he couldn't just understand, and he didn't find funny at all. So he hated the experience pretty much. He was not even having it anymore. He got to a point he wasn't happy. He just wanted to leave. He had so hard it. And I said, okay, why don't you go to school in the US? He said, no, he wanted to go to school in Canada. So I pleaded with him, you're a US citizen, but you should go to school in the US. So there was no way I was going to convince him to go to school in the US. I had to find him a school I could afford in Canada, and that's how I brought him to study general science. And his journey began. The moment it was time and COVID hit, Jed was not happy at all. And so the moment the lockdown was over, he wanted to just the next day. I couldn't stop him, that's how I left him like that to go on his own. So the train is here, I'll continue my story. Oh, we could have gone that other way. Okay. Let's sit over here. Let me show where we're getting to. Very okay, we're on the right train. I guess I'll continue the story when we get to your hotel. We finally found a nice restaurant. Finally, I think this is actually nice. Okay, we're starting out with the soup. We took between the wonton and the seaweed soup, and they're both nice. We are exploring it individually, splitting it up, plates each. We split a plate into two. They're so nice here in this restaurant. So, yay! I'll show you the rest. Arrived steaming. That was steaming, and we have rice. We have a lot to eat here. Okay, so this is a lot. Hi, Arston. Are you enjoying it?
I am.
All right. So, which one are you looking forward to eating? That or this one?
Yeah.
And there's rice too, so we got a lot to eat here.
It's too much.
I am like, oh. So, how are we getting into all of this now? All Alright, so that's it. We're digging in now. Hey, it's gonna be bon appetit. So that's me grabbing my own dish, and we're gonna get busy. Okay, so I'm starting off with the rice. My friend decided to start off with the noodles, the tiny noodles. So I'm going to dig into this. If I think I need more spices, I will put that in. Well, come and join me. Did I tell you it's amazing? It's an amazing experience hanging out with a very good friend. And how does it feel? Like hanging out with your friend, basically.
Still a good experience.
Okay.
As long as
Yeah.
you're hanging out with your loved ones,
Okay.
good experience.
Oh wow. I'm happy to hear that. So I'm really gonna enjoy this meal. And hi to my lovely friend when you watch this, okay? Don't worry. We're keeping it real. We're keeping it real. Oh yeah, Oga answered you. We're keeping it real.
Keeping it real.
We're keeping it real. Yeah. And you can take that to the back. Okay. Hi, bye-bye. Thank you. So this is
Is it this? How do we go?
we're going this way. Yeah.
I hope it's not a crime to carry bottle like that.
It's not a crime. People are so excited to be out. Like, you can't believe that just moments, like a week ago, people were locked up inside the house because of the weather. And it was a bad winter. And the way the winter just went boom, like that, like it was gone. First there was the freezing rain that came, and it knocked out the power. So people are just getting back their power. Yes. And for days that ours was there, so I give God praise. Like our power never went out. Yeah. So this is one of the loveliest. Can you imagine a place like this? This was my first impression of Montreal. Like wow, like. So I'm like, oh my goodness, and then. This is not even, there were shows all over the street. Different kinds of shows, choreography shows, magic shows, dance shows, you know, too many things. Drag queen shows. I'm telling you, there were just all sorts of shows. On the street, all the way down there. Yeah. We were in the heart of it. I'm like, I didn't even know when we chose that hotel that we were going to lie in the middle of where it was happening.
Really?
I'm telling you. So, exactly. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. Like. So you see, Tayo. So guys, this is Montreal. Not just that it's fun, it's also a place where there are jobs, lots of jobs.
So the jobs is really.
If you want to work, you will find work here. Yes.
Wow.
Oh yeah, the work just jobs everywhere. So it's either here, I hear Toronto too is like that. Other provinces, you can't always say, I don't know, I know this, and that's it.
Bonsoir, bienvenue. Ce serait un bon choix si vous venez ici. C'est des bonnes margaritas.
Okay. So guys, I'm enjoying this evening like no man's So do you know where we are?
I don't even know. No, I don't know.
Okay, right across, we're going to see that Berry, the station, you know the station. This is the station, bus station I thought we'll be leaving from.
Really?
Yeah,
But okay, no problem.
it's not Bonaparte.
So where is my hotel?
We're not there. We'll pass here, then the next street.
Wow. And cold is here now, man.
You're feeling cold?
I'm telling you.
You can wear this. You can wear this.
You're not feeling cold?
No, I'm wearing a sweater now.
Yeah.
And you should always check for the lights. That was so funny. Yes. Oh boy. Hi. Subscribe. Oh yeah. It's summertime. No, it's not summertime.
It's cold, man. This is not summer. It's
This is
freezing
it.
cold here, man.
This is spring. Spring. The spring and the fall weather is similar. So we go right. Go right next. We're gonna show like ahead and behind us, like other parts of. Hubert, yeah. Hubert. Well, I'm Hubert now. People can't wait. They're already on shot. As if
Even
it is,
see people who are.
as if it is already
Imagine.
hot.
Me, I'm freezing here. People are wearing shorts.
I said in the winter you'll be shocked. You see, I saw that in minus degrees.
They are wearing shorts.
Something you will not see. Forget it. Yep. This Quebec, you did make some streets like no man's business. It's really very. No, how they do it, they set the street and the street going across. So you know where you are. What's the street you're going? What's the street coming out from that? Like that.
So do you think we are getting it?
Oh, we are there now. Almost there. That's good. That's it. Now this guy needs to do the interview and head home. Basically, how do you really classify those who have been fueling this problem and those who have been innocent in this whole situation? Especially we want to look at the innocent ones because we are looking at a situation where Nigeria, a lot of people are immigrating out of the country, and it is rubbing off on the image of Nigerians abroad already because, for example, in the UAE, Nigerians have a reputation of going into crime and in desperation to survive. So we need to really get to the root cause of this problem and to really know what is really going on in Nigeria. And why is it that Nigerians are having problems abroad when they when they immigrate into other countries or try to immigrate into other countries. And are Nigerians really bad people?
Okay, you've asked a lot of questions here, and I wish to. I wish I can just summarize it the way they are. You see, when you have a wayward father or parents, like I said earlier, it has a way of rubbing off on the children. It will take miracle for the children to not to be wayward. I've seen families growing up where the parents were so loose and their children became so loose. That is what is happening in the Nigerian society today. Our government has failed the people. We have no respect in the international community, and because the government is irresponsible, it is producing irresponsible citizenry. You cannot go to any nation and disrespect an American citizen. The very same respect that you have to their government is the very same respect you accord to their citizens anywhere you find them in the world, just like Canadian citizens, just like Chinese people, just like Russians. You cannot see, Russians or Americans or Saudi Arabians migrating to Nigeria, on a golden fleece. You hardly can see that. Expect anytime you see an American coming to Nigeria, that person is treated as an expatriate. So what is causing it? It is because they have a stable government. Everybody is looking for a government. The reason why we have millions of people in Africa traveling, to Europe via the Mediterranean Sea,
risking their
lives. Many of them have lost their lives and died in that place. The reason is because they are running away from one bad government to another good government. They are looking for what we call utopia. Everybody in life, we have about 8-point-something billion people living in the world today. Everybody is motivated by the quest for what we call utopia. Utopia means good life. Good life. Perfect country. Everybody wants a perfect country. Everybody is looking for a perfect country. 8-point-something billion people in the world today. Every single one of them is motivated by their quest for utopia. And our government cannot guarantee that simple utopia. There is no security of lives and property. People can be walking on the street, and the next thing is that they have been kidnapped, and the next thing is that somebody is calling the members of their family requesting for a humongous amount of money before they can release this person.
And let's not talk about our transportation to different intrastate transportation, that you can just be attacked by bandits. And the same demands can also occur, kidnapping.
And so people feel agitated. If instead of me to stay back in Nigeria and lose my life, it's better I travel, to Libya and
greener pastures.
Take a shot, by trying, to find a way to cross to Europe. Whether I die, I die. After all, if you remain back, you may still die. So what is the cause of? Why would I stay back?
So it's more like he who is low need fear no fall. He who is down need fear no fall.
That is the problem.
So we have 2 weeks, so we can. It is fair to say that they are innocent Nigerians who just want a chance to live a decent life.
Nigerians are not bad people. I've said it before. Nigerians are great people. Nigerians are, wonderful people. The problem we have, with Nigerians today is because we are like a boy or a man who was raised from a bad parentage. That is our problem. If you give Nigerians a good government, you will get good Nigerians anywhere. In fact, many people, let me tell you this, I'm here in Canada today and I'm talking to you. I've spoken to countless number of people in Canada who want to return back to Nigeria if only we can have a good leader. Let me be sincere to you. I have to be specific. I have a lot of people in Nigeria currently who want to leave the shores of our country because they feel like, the man that they expected to win the election did not win. Many people want to live in Nigeria today more than, in the past 3 or 4 months ago, because the person that they expected, the person they voted for, did not win the election, and they now want to leave. I have a friend, a very close friend of mine, who is married to a banker, and they are well to do. They are doing very well. The wife is a bank manager who has refused to travel out abroad to go and live in abroad for anything. But prior to the election, I visited his family, and the husband is a lawyer. He told me, he confided in me. He said that his wife, who has refused in the past to leave the shores of the nation, has said that if this Peter Obi of the Labour Party fails to win the presidential election, that she is ready now to relocate and leave the shores of the country. Many people want to leave Nigeria because the man that they have so much confidence and trust in did not win the election. And that tells you that our problem is leadership.
It's even sad that we use the word win the election, because if it was a free and fair election, from the polls, from the results that were coming in, even from those who legitimately kept the results properly, the real actual result shows proof that the results were rigged. And if the results weren't rigged, the Labour Party actually won that presidential election. So
Yes.
when you now say did not win, that means he was cheated out of it, not that he did not win.
Let me. I am scarce in choosing my words, because this is this matter is in court. It's sub judice, So when a matter is in court, you have to choose your words. I would say that according to INEC, let me paraphrase that. According to INEC, he did not.
He
win.
did not win. Okay, according to INEC.
But the judge, the Supreme Court will now have to decide whether INEC was right or not.
Whether
Yes.
INEC was compromised.
Yes, or whether they are compromised.
Because
So that is the situation on ground.
Okay.
But
and because how it has really affected the society and made the society look, before our children, our youths, who for the first time believe that something positive can actually happen, came out in mass to, fight for a better future for themselves, where they feel they have not gotten that from the elders or their leaders, so that was a very serious thing to have happened. Now that brings me to my next point, because this has been going on for such a long time. Is there anything in the society, in our culture, that enables this type of situation to continue to happen? Because I as you were speaking, I could not help thinking of how I give a lot of respect to people who are older than me, even if it's a year or 2 years, and even when I see them doing the very wrong things, I desist from correcting them, because I feel, or I know based on experience from secondary school, that they are going to come do mean things to you even when they know they shouldn't. You get? They're going to come down on you in a very mean way. Even when you are standing up, you're saying the right thing, or you're standing up for your right, what is it in the society? Because if you would ask me, I would say that is it. We are taught to respect our elders, but I think it has gotten to a point whereby we give them, we tolerate their injustice, we tolerate their the unfair things, the wrong things they do, the evil they do, or we give them way because we fear the evil that they will do to us. Do you understand that it's worse than just allowing them to have their way? So what would you say is the reason? Because that's what I would say is the number one reason why the NSAS started, but they saw this, they were stopped and they never proceeded because they feared that even worse evil would happen to them, and nobody will come to their rescue.
Well, I have heard a lot of people in Nigeria that say that the only solution we have, for that country right now is revolution. But in the same vein, I don't think that we have reached that maturity to carry out a revolution. But honestly speaking, if you ask me, that is the only solution that should be at the table if actually we want to take back our country. Because an average Nigerian is very scared. Nobody wants to die. And we forget that these people we see as great Africans, those Pan-Africanists, they were all, people who became, known and famous as a result of struggle. People like Great Mandela, Nanda Azikiwe, Awolowo, Kwame Nkrumah. There are many of them in Africa, who became famous as a result of their perceived, struggle against injustice, against, the white colonialists. So, and that opportunity has presented itself in Nigeria, but nobody wants to seize that opportunity. So everybody is coward. Everybody is afraid. Nobody wants to talk. Nobody's afraid that everybody's afraid. In short, everybody's afraid that if they talk, they will die. So we don't have that special breed of people who looked at injustice in the face and said, no, you are an injustice and it's better I die than to live with you.
Yeah, that reminds me, I had an issue that we worked together. You tried to assist me all the way from South Africa, and it was a serious issue of injustice. And even if I was hoping that the legal system eventually would do the right thing, but even the legal system that was brought in was brought in from a very compromised way in the beginning, so that frightened me and gave me a lot of anxieties and all of that. So I learned a lot from that, and I can imagine what's going on right now, because that opened my eye. If I didn't have that experience, I would have been very hopeful for, the matter is in court, Nigerian legal system, it will work. But I know how compromised the legal system is and how so many things play in, like you say, somebody knows somebody, the power, the authorities, corrupt authorities and all of that, whether they use people corrupt in the military and the paramilitary that also come in to give support to all these systems, put in place. And you as a lay person, an ordinary person, seeking justice or justification, just a fair and justified closure on a very unjust matter, might never get it, and feel so hopeless to just decide, I need to leave. This cannot work. For me, I feel that is it. It became clear to me that this is the kind of society we live in. And even though there are people like myself who believe strongly in integrity, who are even ready to fight for justice and to bring an unjust matter to a justified conclusion, we have other challenges. Like I had my son over in Canada who needed me, and I found that certain things were taking my attention away and my life away pretty much. And my son needs me, and I'm a single mother. I couldn't do that. It started affecting even my health. I was heavily depressed. I was almost unable to function. I got to that point, where I had to just come over, see my son, and that was the only thing I could do, and begin again from there, making the best choices I could make for myself. So this is my own unique situation, which I hope I include. I just talked about at the beginning of this. And I know that I am not the only one in the face of the earth in Nigeria who has some form of good values, who believe in it and ready to fight for it, but cannot. They find their hands tied one way or the other, cannot do that, and will choose immigration as the better solution, because they have to be available to just continue life in peace and sanity, in good health, in peace, and make some progress from where they are. So I don't know, what was your own story? Why did you leave Nigeria?
Well, the reason why I left Nigeria is the very same thing I've been talking about here, which is the quest for the pursuit of happiness. Everybody in this world today is pursuing one thing: happiness.
Yeah.
Happiness. The reason why a man will leave his father and mother to cleave unto his wife is because he wants to be happy.
Yeah.
You want to get married, you are pursuing happiness. You want to move from the rural area to an urban area, you are pursuing happiness. You want to travel from your country to another country, is because you're pursuing the same thing, happiness. So I believe that it is the duty, in fact, if it is the paramount duty of every government to at least guarantee a certain percentage of happiness to the people, to the citizens of that country. And having seen that the country I come from, failed to guarantee at least a certain percentage of happiness to me, I had to make a leave. I had to, leave my country and travel to United States of America. South Africa, to, pursue my quest for happiness. I will tell you this. While I was in Nigeria, after my secondary school era, I wanted to become a lawyer. I wanted to study law. So I wrote JAMB several times, trying to, gain admission to study law. But each time I wrote, I was never accepted, because they would tell you that your score is this and that. So, but when I went to South Africa, in the struggle for about 1 or 2 years, I had to enroll in the University of South Africa, and there was no JAMB. You see, the government made it so easy that if you are qualified for bachelor, you should go for it. So I applied and I got admission. The first time I got admission was for me to do management accounting. But I did financial accounting in IMT Enugu. So, but when I got to South Africa, I got admission to do management accounting. Then I did it for 1 year and 6 months. One day I woke up and I said, well, I did this while I was in Nigeria. Why would I still be doing it again? So I said, it's better I now switch over to do law, which has been my dream right from time immemorial. And that was how I switched. There was no jump taken, and so I strongly believe that the system we have in Nigeria is an occultic system. Why I call it occultic system is that you will wake up with a dream to become a medical doctor. They will use that occultic system of jump to make you to study something you never dreamed about. So by the time you all this while you have a dream to become a doctor, a lawyer, or an engineer, and they will use that occultic system of jump to turn your face towards studying a course that you never dreamed about in Nigeria. You'll be doing something like maybe political science, or at the end of the day, you will finish studying that course, and you are there looking for employment opportunity, and nobody's ready to hire you. So your life becomes a mess. So that is what is happening in Nigeria today. We have a very occultic system that is rigged against the citizens of our nation. But the political class, they have the money. They are ready to spend anything to send their children abroad where the occultic system does not exist. Because the moment they send their children to Canada and United States of America or UK, those children will study their dream course. Because they will not find that occultic system there. So the system that they send their children is liberalized. But our own system in Nigeria is not liberalized. So if you are a child of a poor person, you will not get admission to study what you want to study and become what you want to become in Nigeria. That's the problem we have in Nigeria. That's the reason why I left. And I thank God that I even left, because if I had not left, I wouldn't have become a lawyer that I've dreamed to be today.
And a successful one at that.
Amen.
Anyway, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it a lot. I just hope that this would really help in shedding more light on the immigration issue, and I hope that it would also touch the hearts of a lot of people who come across Nigerians every day abroad, to be compassionate, when you find a Nigerian, if you know a Nigerian, so you know the hard and the hard past they are coming from, and the reality that they had to live and face every day. And it's just a section of it that we've been able to shed some light on. We have not even gone into this later part which talk about occultism. There is a very serious occultic issue or problem in Nigeria where people really shed blood, and it's also related to the kidnapping issue in Nigeria, where they kidnap people and a lot of them are killed, murdered for their body parts, which are traded to people. There's a big market for that, and for whatever reasons they buy these products, most of them use them, as we know or as we learned, for occultic reasons. So there's that other part which we cannot even go into, because we have not enough information to even go into all of that. But hopefully you'll come across this video and you would be able to understand the real problem, to know if you can answer those questions for yourself. The immigration problem, why are Nigerians immigrating out of the country, and what is really happening in Nigeria, and are Nigerians bad people? So that when you meet a Nigerian, your conclusions guide you when you treat or meet, as you treat another Nigerian, or when you meet another Nigerian tomorrow, recognizing that they've come from very bad past, that they also need your love and support as they try to navigate their way and find some home, some solace somewhere else. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Sure.